Good rising, great awakenings. Gonna start in about 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pin your goal. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Nitra. I don't know what this thing is. Anyway, all right. Well, welcome to tonight's presentation of Sacred Hoop Cosmic Adorations. If you have a clear night tonight, you can go out and see the moon is located within the sacred hoop. The sacred hoop consists of Gemini, Canis Major, the great dog, or Sirius, the star Sirius is the eye of the dog, and Orion. You may see Orion's belt. It's 3 stars. Let's see if I get out of the way. There you can see Orion's belt. Instagram, I don't have the green screen behind me. Maybe, oh wait, I think there's a way to do that. Let's see. I've never tried this before. Oh wow, let's see here. Oh my goodness. It's actually gonna let me do this? Seems a little simple. There it is. Okay. It doesn't look like it. Just a minute, please. Stop sharing. Try one more time. That's not it. I'm just choosing a background over here, but I didn't know you could do this. The option didn't show up at the beginning. Let's see, one more minute. Should be. Yeah. All the times okay, that'll work. Okay. All right, so you can see the 3 stars here on YouTube, the 3 stars. I don't know how to do this. Right there. Those are Orion's belt. TikTok, those 3 stars are Orion's belt. And then they point to Sirius. Uja, good rising, great awakenings. And so I decided about a month ago that instead of trying to keep up with a bunch of different calendars, I was just going to pay attention to the galaxy and when the constellations, when the planets and the suns visit the constellations. So for the adorations, I'm going to be focusing on the sacred hoop. And I've been posting about it, so I don't need to go into that right now. But tonight, the moon is inside the sacred hoop. And on Sunday night, Mars moved into the sacred hoop. So I decided to do a program for that. And yeah, so I'm going to say for that right now. So you'll be happy to know that after like a year of me saying, I'm going to get all my music together, I finally have everything in one note. Well, not everything. I have one notebook and almost everything is in here. So we're going to start with the opening of the way with Anpu. And if you're new to the program, these are pinhole glasses. I use them for reading. And they force your eyes to get stronger instead of magnifying what you're looking at. So they're not sunglasses at night. Uja, Anthony, the Ameli. Oh, Anpu, opener of the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways, remove obstacles to my success in my spiritual practice. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Go through the narrow pathways to know the difference between real and unreal. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Mission between heaven and hell. Face black as night, golden as a day. Equally watchful by night as by day. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. May Anpu make my ties firm, so that I may stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. I've washed myself in the waters where Anpu washed himself, where he was the officer of embalmer and bandager. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. My lips are the lips of Anpu. 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 Yes, Anpu, the opener of the way. And Anpu is represented by the Great Dog constellation, where Sirius is the star. Sirius, the star, is the eye of the Great Dog, Canis Major, Jewel Anpu. So now that I've got everything in one book, the next step is to put a book together of all the lyrics and translations, so I don't have to go over them all the time. So you can find the lyrics and translations to this next offering. It's the 4 Great Truths of Shetau Netter. Temple of Aset. I have okay. I guess I can show a little bit. 4 Great Truths. Oh, where'd I go? TikTok. 4 Great Truths of Shetau Netter. Okay. And I'll read the translation. Number 1, the great. This is the Ma'er in Shetau Netter, Great Truths of Shetau Netter. The Netter, the Supreme Being, is one and alone and is never manifesting everywhere in all things in the form of gods and goddesses. Number 2, lack of righteousness brings fetters to the personality, and these fetters cause ignorance of the divine. Number 3, devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of Set. Number 4, the practice of the Shetty disciplines leads to knowing oneself as a divine. This is called being true of speech. And these sessions are by no means to be teaching you all about Kemetic wisdom. I'm going to direct you to EgyptianYoga.com, where you can study with Dr. Mwada Ashby and Dr. Karen Ashby. I'm just here to offer the music and share what little bit of wisdom I can. Just offering gratitude for how these teachings have really changed my mind and my life, and I'm just very grateful. On my arts, we sound you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not food inside you said. Arishari rekabin markeru. On the turdu, oh, never shed him, on my arts, we sound you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not food inside you said. Arishari rekabin markeru. On the turdu, oh, never shed him, on my arts, we sound you said, say, come in. what you say, not fool inside you say. Adishari Bakabin Marketu. Panatadu, and never shed him that do. On my eyes, we saw you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not fool inside you say. Adishari Bakabin Marketu. Hotep. Okay. Before reading from the Purdum Haru, there's certain chants that we are instructed to offer. And since I'm trying to save time from talking, I've consolidated them two into one, and then I've added also another cosmic force. So this one is for Nebuchadnezzar, Kepler, and Asar. And Nebuchadnezzar, let's see, how does it go? As I bring forth the creation of Nebuchadnezzar, so do I manifest my creation, my enlightened lifestyle as a divine soul Asar. That's the reflection from the Tefnut to do, and that's where I got this from, because it's Nebuchadnezzar to Kepler to Asar, basically. Om Nebuchadnezzar, Kepler, Asar. 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 Nebuchadnezzar, Kepler, So now we're going to move to the deities that are involved with the sacred hoop. That would be, we're going to start with Aset, which is Sirius, then Asar, which is Orion, and Djehuty represents Gemini. Let's set songs that we have today. I didn't think about that before I sat down. There's so many. Okay, I'm just going to go with the good old standby. The speech of Aset. Because I'll get all lost in which one. Okay. Meduce and Ast, Ayum Msake, Unenake Nafu, if it can make it too. Insure Afuke, Partim Timu, Zekin Ayuke, Haiti Afuke, Eddie and MK in the chair, give to you care, care to Debbie K, Zemakeru, Kayu Mutsu, Maneteru, Meduce and Ast, Ayum Msake, Unenake Nafu, if it can make it too. Insure Afuke, Partim Temu, Zekin Ayuke, Haiti Afuke, Eddie and MK in the chair, give to you care, care to Debbie K, Zemakeru, Kayu Mutsu, Maneteru, Maneteru, Maneteru. Translation. I can find the trilinear translation from the book The Myth of Ra and Aset. These words are by Dr. Marta Ashby. These words are spoken by Goddess Aset. I come to you in a role as your protector. I blow from me to you the liberating and rejuvenating air from the north with fullness of consciousness, which cleanses your nose. To the nostrils for your body, this air comes in the form of the god Temu, who is in the north, which is the spirit essence of Ra, the source and sustenance of all life, and the successful completion of the spiritual journey. I've collected the pieces of your throat for you so you can breathe and live. I pieced your throat back together and cleared obstructions to the air from Temu that conveys the vital life force. So now you have the capacity to experience unobstructed vitality. Now you do not have internal obstructions to existing as a conscious living being. I've given to you the capacity to exist in the form of a god, and in your presence I present to you your enemies which have fallen under your feet. So now you do not have external obstructions to existing in your divine form. By doing these things, I, the goddess of intuitional wisdom, the embodiment of wisdom, have caused for you to have a divine state in heaven over which you have power and dominion, and all the gods and goddesses behold you. Dua Aset. I had to chuckle to myself to the part about the throat because I'm having a throat issue. I was in the cold last week and I'm having a bit of a sore throat. I almost didn't come on, but I'm all right singing. So I'm glad I chose that song. I know what other Aset song I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't. So this song coming up is called Made in the Shade, and it's from the teachings of Aset, from the myth of Ra and Aset. And Say my mom said if we could do these things, we'd have it made in the shade, because this is from the teachings where Aset is showing us the way to enlightenment, the path that she was able to follow, and she left very clear instructions. So if we're able to follow this path, these instructions, we'll have it made in the shade. And I have to also state that once this song is fully recorded in the studio, it's going to have a huge Afro-Cuban band, percussion, the saxophone, you know, the everything. When I'm playing this one instrument, I hear the whole thing. On Tekbegak and on Ken. You know what? I'm going to read the translation first. I got it. So Antek Vagag means relentless pursuit of Nehas, enlightenment. Hena, H-N-A, means and. Anken is unending. Seifu, patience, endurance, even while sleeping. Majed, insisting with confidence and patience, perseverance, standing up and staying stood up regardless. Kakab means let it go. Dispassionate detachment, letting go of the worldliness, letting go of the world. Jedina Renake, tell me your name. What is the essence of your existence? Tell me your divine name. And then Uhau means trust, surrender to the divine. Antek Begag Hena Anken Hena Sefu Hena Maje Antek Begag Hena Anken Hena Sefu Hena Maje. Let it go, let it go, let it go, Cacao. Let it go, let it go, let it go, Cacao. Let it go, let it go, let it go, Cacao. Let it go, let it go, let it go, Cacao. Jedina Renake. Jedina Renake. Jedina Renake. Jedina Renake. Ooh, how, 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 ooh, how. You are set. So for those of you who are just tuning in, this is a presentation of Cosmic Adorations at the Sacred Hoop. And behind me, and I know the screens are kind of backwards, so I may not be pointing the right way. I'm just going to get out of the way so you can see it. So here on the bottom, we have the 3 stars of Orion's belt, and they're pointing to Sirius. And so we also have Gemini up to the upper left or upper right. And then on this side, we have Orion. And so they form a hoop. And the sacred hoop is a tradition I learned from the Lakota. It's not Kemetic. I'm sure that the Naturians did have a term for this area of the sky. I don't know what that is yet. I posted earlier a video with the chart that I've been working on. And so at one end of the diagram, we have the sacred hoop, and at the other end, you have a Ophiuchus. And when you're looking towards sacred hoop, you're looking towards the outer arm, or the outer, towards the boundary of the galaxy, looking along the arm away from the center. And when you look at Ophiuchus, you're looking towards the center of the galaxy. So the temple offerings, Smartaji temple offerings will be taking place during either the sacred hoop, like we are right now, when the moon moved into the sacred hoop tonight, and Mars moved into the sacred hoop on Sunday. So that's why we're having this presentation. And I've posted the calendar so you can check when the next one will be. But right now we're in this one. So that was 2 offerings to Aset. Next we have Asar, pretty sure. Like I said earlier, I have like a nice little notebook with most of the songs that I need in one place. This one is called Nihas in Hotep, and it's inspired, another inspiration from the Tefnatudu Sema Pout yoga posture system, soon to be the Uja, St. Patrick. Sen is word for spiritual brother, S-E-N, and spiritual sister is Senti. Okay, so this one is Nihas in Hotep, and it's from the Tefnatudu Sema Pout system. And that when you learn the level 2, you learn the meditative reflections that go along with the postures. In the Akusaneb system, it's mostly about the reflection meditations, not so much about the postures. But on the Asar posture, when he's in the mummy pose, this is the last line of the reflection. So Nihas means enlightenment, and in Hotep is peace, and Unshen is eternity, and Anken, which we learned from the previous song, is unending, without ceasing. So the translation is, may you be enlightened in peace for eternity. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Nukasar, 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 Nukasar. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Nukasar, 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 Nukasar. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Unshen. Dias in a tap, dias in a tap, dias in a tap, Anken. Nukasar, 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 Nukasar. ahead and sing that three times for the 3 stars in Orion's belt. So the sacred hoop is visible right now. You could take your phone outside and listen while you're looking, having this observation, and just see how you feel. It's I just love looking at the sacred hoop. I could be outside right now doing this. I would. I guess when it's warmer, I can do this outside. I have to find the Naturian term for this area of the sky. But I'm really happy with sacred hoop. So okay, now we're going to move to Djehuty. In the Mayan tradition, the constellation Orion is called the turtle. It's interesting. And the turtle has 3 stones on it. 3 circles on its back, which represent the 3 stars in Orion's belt. And it's said that they represent 3 stones, and that, how's it go? Those 3 stones were the first things in, it started the movement of creation. The 3 stars of Orion's belt, the 3 stones or the 3 circles, and the turtle. I'm going to have to look into that again. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm currently in the direction of uniting Kemet and Turtle Island, because to me they're one culture. And in the past, I wasn't at liberty just to discuss these other cultures, but now I can. So in the Mayan tradition, the basketball court is the name for Gemini. I don't remember the name, but I will. Maybe I'll have the information by the next time. So we're dealing with the basketball court and a turtle, and we're on Turtle Island. The 3 stars on the turtle's back are the 3 stars of Orion's belt, and Orion points to Sirius, which is Aset, and she's the eye of the great dog who's on Pooh. So you can just cover that whole area right there. You're covering a lot of territory. All right, so this is my favorite Djehuty song, and we have the added blessing of Ma'at to it. See if I can remember it. There we go. Oh, I guess I better have the translation first. Oops. Bump this. It's a very delicate setup I have here. Just hold my breath. Okay. Oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's hiding. All right. So here's another lovely translation by Dr. Muada Ashby. I don't know why it disappears when I show this Instagram. Is it back? Not showing it. Okay, Instagram, it's not showing you the diagram. Okay, but as you can see, it's a lovely illustration. And the translation is, well, Nook is I am. So anytime you hear Nook or Nook, that means I am. Like Nook Poo Nook, it means I am that I am. So I am Djehuty. And then Ma'at Zebi Ma'at. Ma'at has effectiveness and expresses through me. And then Nuk Djehuty, Ra Neb Im Neferu. Daily I express beauty and goodness without fail. Perennially I experience well-being and positive feeling. Oh, you have another Djehuty one too. Nuk Djehuty, Ma'at Zebi Ma'at. Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru. One more time. Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Duka Djehuty, Mat Sebimat, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru, Ranevim Dafaru. Do a Djehuty and do a Ma'at. I believe I have a few comments. Let me just see what this is on here. Thank you for the hearts. I love you. I love you. Wow. Okay. I see some actual questions here. Uh-oh. What are your thoughts about the upcoming internet censorship bill? Well, that's a very good question. Especially since the other night I was doing a live stream and TikTok shut down my live stream because I mentioned something. So I'm not going to mention it right now. I believe that this whole bill is really because Zuckerberg is jealous and afraid, and they're trying to turn it into something that it's not. I mean, when you go online, you pretty much know that they're taking your information and your data. And I'm more concerned about the United States government attacking United States nationals than I am about a foreign power right now, because I'm just more concerned about what they're doing to us. And so I really don't, so many, like, for instance, when PayPal said they were going to charge you $2,500 if you said something that they didn't believe you should be saying, and then so everybody just pulled out of PayPal. Same thing. If they try this, then we'll just stop participating in lots of other things. I mean, it's more than just TikTok. You got to look at the bigger picture, because the word is getting out. More people are finding out about the truth and about the lies and the deceptions. Like, I've learned so many things from TikTok. And we can complain about the things we don't like and just focus on what we like. And if they do shut it down, I'm sure we'll just gravitate to another platform. But I hope they don't. I really hope that they don't. I think that we have more power than we're aware of. So that's what I think about that. And next question. Most people think it's just TikTok ban. The bill actually includes heavy internet regulations. Yes, it's giving the government more and more power. Like, for instance, when they created the whole 9/11 catastrophe, that was their way to say, oh, well, now we need Homeland Security. Like they create a problem and then provide a solution, which is really trying to control. Like, for example, the virus. I believe they created the virus and then provided a solution which causes more harm than good. So let's see, we got one more. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the music. Okay. Oh, yes. I stayed away from Facebook for a year, and then when I went back to promote my new album, someone hacked my account and they took it down. And similar things happen on Instagram. Just got to keep putting out the good vibes and the truth, and the devotion is, I was feeling really not so great earlier, and I'm so glad that I didn't cancel on myself and just came through with it. Yes, exactly. Whack solution for whack virus. Okay. So for those of you who are just tuning in, you can see I have the chart for the sacred hoop behind me. Let's get out of the way so you can see it. And the screens are backwards in different directions, so I might be pointing to the wrong thing. But there you can see Orion's belt, the 3 stars of Orion's belt. I don't know if that's going to work. And you can go outside. Right now, the moon doesn't set until 3:30. So we'll have a spectacular view of the sacred hoop. Like when this transmission is complete, I'm going to be going outside for a little while. It's kind of like a dream catcher, like the way dream catchers work. They protect you from negativity, and then they allow your positivity to go through, your dreams to go through. So dreams, prayers, affirmations, intentions, etc. Right, what do we got next here? So in this tradition of horoscopes and chemitones and Osmogenes Temple of Divine Light, Healing, and Sweet Sounds, and Light Being Wellness, the energy of them. Oh, I forgot to say this. I wanted to say this earlier. So why am I calling this cosmic adorations, whereas before it was ancient African adorations, which is a mouthful? Cosmic adorations, because the emphasis is not on the moon or holidays that are no longer, the dates no longer accurate, because we have precession of the equinox, and there's so many different groups that follow Egyptian calendars, but I couldn't find any correlation. I did find some, but it was just blah. So, but the gods and goddesses are actually called the cosmic forces of nature. They are, the goal of the practice is to be able to control the cosmic forces of nature, to master them. They live within all of us. With everything in life, you will find these forces. They're considered to be, I look at, like, if my fist is the sun, then each god or goddess is a ray from the sun. They're a force of nature. They're a force of nature. They're a force of Nebuchadnezzar. And when Kepra created, this is my interpretation of the creation myths from Kemet. Kepra created creation. They say that they started with sound, of course, but then there are these shapes known as the ideal solids, and each one of the solids has a frequency and a vibration, and in my mind, this is what came to me from my spirit guides, my ancestors. These solids, these shapes, when they're spinning and making sound, we put them together in different combinations and proportions, and eventually you get different elements, like the periodic chart. And then also the more complex structures become the gods and goddesses, the cosmic forces of nature. And the first set of principles or cosmic forces were like elemental. And then we had different aspects of humanity, different aspects of creation. So that's why these are called cosmic adorations, not just because it's dealing with the stars and the planets and the Milky Way, but it's dealing with cosmic forces of nature. And if we can learn how to utilize them, then we can manifest, the life that we're seeking. You are talking about this TikTok ban, or, there's a host of other things we could put in this category. I believe that when we can align with these forces, we're instructed to become like the gods and goddesses. We're instructed to master them, conquer them. And I'm not going to go into a lecture here, but I was just trying to explain why this is called the cosmic adorations. So next we're going to go to the moon, because the moon is inside of the sacred hoop. I posted the dates when there's activity in the sacred hoop. It's basically when objects are in the constellation of sidereal Gemini, and because that will put it right in the center of the sacred hoop. So we're going to go to a song for goddess Sesheta. Oh, get the lyrics out. This one is in English, so I don't need to read the translation. Oh, there's some comments over here. Oh, good. I'm glad that it's making sense. I'm so excited because I have finished writing the book. Now I'm going to draw the charts out by hand, and then it'll be ready. I need to get an anklet with bells or something, so because I'm here stomping my feet. I don't know if you can. Okay. And so this is chapter 19 of the Perdima Rune. Nuk punuk Sesheta, nuk punuk nu, nuk punuk Sesheta, nuk punuk nu. I am the goddess of math and sciences. I am the cosmic scribe. Keep things in celestial order. I can help you keep order in your life. I wear the sacred papyrus on my head. I built the house of Asar. To Djehuty I gave the meadow nectar. goddess of the Sapphic aura. Nukunuk Sesheta. Nukunuk Nu. Nukunuk Sesheta. Nukunuk Nu. I am the source of sacred darkness. I am the jeweled night sky. I'm in love with your Father Earth. I gave birth to the light. The stars make up my body. I nurse you with the Milky Way. I am the tree of life. I watch you come forth by day. Nukunuk Sesheta. Nukunuk Nu. Nukunuk Sesheta. Nukunuk Nu. Sesheta, Nut. Yes, so the goddess Nut is, she's considered to be the goddess of the Milky Way, the night sky. You've probably seen her. She's leaned over, kind of like in the pyramid pose or the Anpu pose, the dog pose, and her body's covered with stars, and she's leaning over her lover Geb, who's Father Earth. It's a really beautiful story. I'll share the story right now. So when Nut and Geb got into it, it was an internal embrace. When they were created, I guess they just fell in love with each other and just never wanted to separate. So then Ra was like, come on, you guys, you gotta, separate at some point so we can have creation. We need you to come apart sometimes. And so he sent Shu, which is the air, the atmosphere, to come between them. And so he lifts Nut up. You've probably seen that artwork. And so I guess at night they come, they can be together, but during the day, they're supposed to be separated. And so I guess she got pregnant, and Ra was like, well, you can't give birth to the children because I told you to, stay away from Geb. And I guess it was Djehuty that felt sorry for her, and so added these extra 5 days where she could give birth to Asar, Haru, Set, Aset, and Nebuchadnezzar. And so the Natarian calendar has 12 months, and then the 13th month is 5 days. And the solar sidereal calendar, it's 7 days. And the Natarian calendar, they actually have 7 days because they include Ra and Sirius. But the Dogon Sirius sidereal calendar just gives it 5 days. So when you're looking at the Milky Way, you're looking at the goddess Nut, and she gives birth to Ra every day. In the Mayan tradition, the Milky Way is called the tree of life. And when your body dies, your soul travels along the tree of life, or it's also called the rainbow bridge, till you get to your celestial destination. And in the Peruvian tradition, the Milky Way is called the Great River. It's a great river in the sky. Alrighty, moving right along. Okay. So we're almost to the part honoring Set. It's all over the place. Oh, okay. But before we do that, we're going to have an offering for our well-being. And this one includes Set as well. Oh. I'm going to read the translation. Oh, man. Okay, so Ahet Atenu means grant me this. Erdinet Ujat Sanab, strength, well-being, health, vitality. Let's see, I don't have these are my notes. Where's the actual translation? I don't know if I have that in here. I'll have to find that. Because these are just like my notes. And then, so Ban or Ban is a play on words. Ban or Ban means actions against Ma'at. So the line is ban all acts against all acts against Ma'at. And then Karau Set is Set's tears, Set's anger, Set's fury, Set's destructional tendencies. And that's our ego. Set is the cosmic force of egoism. And it says Set sheds crocodile tears. You know, like when we're crying, usually when we're crying or unhappy about something, it's because we're going against nature or Nebuchadnezzar or the divine. And it's our ego that is wanting things to be a different way. So we call those crocodile tears and Sheni Mesh. And then Aset is known as the storm calmer and the crocodile tamer. So Aset is our intuitional wisdom, and she knows how to put our ego in its place. And then I don't have the translation for this last part. In fact, I hope I remember how to play this on the harp. I used to play it on the keyboard. Let's see. I'm gonna have to practice it really quick first. I forgot to. Yeah. Okay, that's the first part. Okay, I got it. Oh, it's a comment. Oops, don't break your harp. What are your thoughts on the fall of the American economic system? Well, I feel and believe that the people that trust in the system and they put all their faith in the system and they put all their eggs in the system that belongs to the basket, when the system falls, they're going to fall. And if you have put your faith and trust in the higher system, in Ma'at, then you'll find a way, because that's what's going to be remaining once all the dust is cleared. It is going to get a bit sticky. But my trust in my intuition and my spirit guide has intensified over the past few weeks. So I'm taking steps to, put things in place that will offer some protection when that time comes. I mean, if enough of us can change our mindsets and our lifestyle, I still believe we can pull it off, but I haven't seen that happening. I see people bickering amongst ourselves, and I believe that I believe in the prophecy, the Hopi prophecy about the the people of the indigenous people of the four directions coming together. And I also saw a video of a woman she was in Brazil, I believe. They have a similar prophecy about this time is when the indigenous people of the four directions are going to come together and just, it's just like a mosquito. It's more than the American economic system. Things that are going on right now were set in motion over 1,000 years ago. And we're just now finding out. Like we've just been fooled. And so Set, people's ego is going to be like, I don't believe it. I don't believe that they would do this to us. I don't believe that they're actually stealing babies and harvesting their organs while they're still alive and then, offering them for sacrifice. I don't believe that kind of stuff. And the truth is coming out. So I believe that the fall of the American system is going to give rise to the birth of, I don't know what name. For me, it's the unification of Kemet and Turtle Island, the indigenous people of the Four Directions. The original melanated people of Turtle Island need to come together. Like we're just totally bickering over here, and we've fallen for the lies that they've been feeding us. So if you ask me the fall of the American system, I'll bring the popcorn. I've been waiting for this for 35, almost 40 years is when I first found out about it. So just focus on you and your well-being, your health. And we just have to trust. We just have to find a way to trust 1,000%. Otherwise, we'll freak out. I'm going to go ahead and suggest you all look for this channel called burrowtv.com. I found it on Roku, and they have, I don't know how many videos they have on conspiracy theories, alternative perspectives, and it gives you facts and information, so you're not just wondering if it's what you're feeling is true. They have information. So I just focus on the divinity within and know that everything is moving in divine right order. The evil forces that seem to be in control at the moment, they're digging their own grave with every step. They're just looking more and more foolish and ignorant. So, okay, I'm rambling. Another book or resource I would say is to read the teachings of Sage Amenhotep. He's got it all laid out from thousands of years ago, how to behave, how to think, how to be, how to live during times like this, because this isn't the first time this has happened to humanity. Just waiting for us to get it right. We just got to stand up and speak out. Ahe datenu, ahe datenu, erdine ujatsane, erdine ujatsane, ahe datenu, ahe datenu, erdine ujatsane, erdine ujatsane. Ban all acts against my art. Ban actions against my art. Ban all acts against my art. Ban actions against my art. Proud to say Set's tempest, canal set, Set's tempest. Set sheds crocodile tears. Set sheds crocodile tears. The shanty mesh, the shanty mesh, the shanty mesh, the shanty mesh. To Aset, the storm calmer. To Aset, crocodile tamer. Look, Aset, the storm calmer. Look, Aset, crocodile tamer. Ahead, Datenu. Ahead, Datenu. Erdine, Ujatsene. Erdine, Ujatsene. All right. Looks like my lighting is about to go out, so I'm going to turn on the other light. So this, in case this other one goes out, it won't be in the total dark. Okay. All right, now we're at the cosmic moment of this program where we're going to have some music offerings for Set. Now, most people are like, why are you singing songs for Set? Isn't that where we get Satan from? Well, that's where some people get Satan from, but not us. Set is the cosmic force of egoism, and we all have egos, so you got to learn how to deal with it. The thing about Set is normally you just see or hear about, how he's opposing creation and he's evil and ignorance and unrighteousness. But they leave out the part that that's our egoism. Our ego resides in our mind, in our brain, and it should not be trusted. We need to focus on the cosmic mind of Djehuty, which is expansive and infinite, and then open up to receive the cosmic mind. So we have our limited mind, we have our infinite mind, which is projecting our reality, and then we open it up to the cosmic mind. So it's really three minds. And so if we're closed, then Set has taken over. There's an image, I don't have it in front of me, where Set is at the front of the boat with a spear, and Heru is guiding the boat, is driving the boat, steering the boat. And that's how our lives should be. We should have Set at the front of our boat, because we all have a boat. We're sailing through the ocean of consciousness. And Set should be there defeating chaos, defeating ignorance, defeating our enemies, defeating anything that's, causing us to be weak, I guess is a good way, or to negative, the fetters of Set are anger, frustration, doubt, fear, betrayal, injustice, those kind of things. So in this tradition, we honor Set in his enlightened self. We don't focus on his negative qualities, because that's our negative qualities, and we want to project what we want, not what we don't want. And we don't want to discuss all the things that are terrible about us. We want to focus on, who we're here to be. So I have two songs for Set. I know this is taking a long time, but here we go. So I'm going to put this. Okay, so I'm going to read translations. Yeah, okay. So the first part of the song is in English. So I don't need to translate that. And these teachings are taken from Egyptian Yoga Volume 2 by Dr. Wanda Ashby, excerpts shared on July 16th, 2020 for the birth of Set. And then we have notes taken from page 89 of the Purdah Meru by Dr. Wanda Ashby. Page 35, volume 3, Purdah Meru. Smai Heru Set means the union of Heru and Set. So another thing about Set is he's the brother of Asar, and he murdered Asar because he wanted to be the pharaoh. He wanted to be the king of Egypt. So he murdered his brother, and I'm not going to tell the whole resurrection myth. But eventually, his son Heru, the son of Asar, had to come and redeem his father. So Heru represents our spiritual aspiration, and Asar represents the universal soul. So the union of Heru and Set represents the union of the opposites, like Sema, and it represents harmony and peace, because you have to have this oneness between these opposites. That's what the word Hotep means. It means the end of duality. So, for instance, back in the day, they united northern and upper and lower Kemet, and that is symbolized by Heru and Set in the union there. You can either see them on either side of Asar, or you can see them tying a bow or a knot on the symbol of the it's not an esophagus. What is this? Trachea. Yeah. Okay, so the Smai Heru Set is the union of Heru and Set. It means Egyptian yoga. Then An Kenu A means not stirring. Set I means I have not stimulated, agitated, whipped up, roused, or stirred up my ego such that it creates strife or turmoil in life. And that is one of the 42 laws of Ma'at. That's law number 29. And then the next one is Nuk Uau into loaded that. I don't really know exactly the more on that. These are just my notes. I have to go and see the I'm drawing a blank. The use that it was. On to my tongue. The use. The situation. I'm drawing a blank. Sen and Satesh Sayu, double of Set fetters. That means like fetters of Set is symbolized by bandages across the mouth, and the mouth represents our consciousness. So this is like a double set of bandages, like you're completely ignorant and unrighteous. And so you want to get those removed as soon as possible. And then the last one is Ra'a Kesef Tu, mouth, mind, repulsion, that. So these are like the literal translations, and then in the book he has like his more interpretive translation. Here it is. I did include it, sorry. Quote, loaded with those powers, assist the worthy spiritual aspects to overcome that which binds the mouth doubly, the fetters of Set. However, there is a force that repulses that blocking, that obstruction from the fetters of Set. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and offer the song. We have one more song, and then we'll close it out. It's going on a little longer than I had planned, but we still have time to go out and look at the sacred hoop. In fact, if it's a clear night and you're on your cell phone, you should go out and look at this array of constellations. This next set of songs, this is a set of songs for Set because Mars has moved into sidereal Gemini. It's inside of the sacred hoop right now. You might be able to see it. It'll just look bright. It'll look red. It'll, like other stars are white or they're changing colors. Sometimes they look blue. Sirius is always like it's changing colors. But Mars is not a star, so it will not twinkle and it'll look red. Okay. Hmm. Is that into? Yeah, okay. There we go. And then the Terry tradition. I'm going to start over. I'm just going to start over. Make it simple. There we go. And then the Terry and tradition. There is no devil. We have a different understanding of what is evil. Adversity arises from unrighteousness. Unrighteous actions come from sin. Egoism comes from identifying with body and mind as who one is, without deeper awareness of connection to all that is. When ego's controlled by higher nature, it fights forces of entropy. When beset with ignorance, it leads to degraded states of humanity. Fetters of the mind prevent the soul from attaining the head. Set is the enemy of the aspirant that can be tamed and self-controlled and sublimated at last. The mastered ego becomes the serpent. The mastered ego becomes the servant to the higher self and protects creation from the chaos of a past. It's my head who said, it's my head who said, I can do all. I can do all. Look around into look around into sensitize you. Sensitize you. Rock yourself to Aset. Whew, okay, one more for Set, and we'll close it up. I'm ready to go look at the stars. Okay. Oh, I see there's a line for translating. And the lines I need translating come from the 4 great truths that we opened with today. So one of them is An Ma'at Swisayuset Se Kamen, which means lack of righteousness. Oh, oops. I don't want to just summarize it. Let's get it exactly right. Lack of righteousness brings fetters to the personality, and these fetters cause ignorance of the divine. And then the other one is Se Nafu inside you set. Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of set. Yes, I am fading fast. Uh-oh, that was a Setian statement. Let's see if I can fix that one. I'm looking forward to going to look at the stars. To Aset, the most powerful of the Netaru. To Aset, conquered the ego in the battle with Haru. To Aset, this battle lives inside of me and you. To Aset, in each moment we must choose. On Mars we saw you said, say come in. Say washu, say nafu, inside you said. To Aset, protects the boulder rock against the pep. To Aset, unconquered set is the Netaru of egoism and selfishness. Defeated set continues to work in the services of Ra. Conquered set was set at the hill, we can travel far. Instead of seeking to gain the throne of Asar by unrighteous means, obstructing the path of the bar, along with his Confederate friends, indulging in animal passions. To Aset, the most powerful of the Netaru. To Aset, conquered the ego in the battle with Haru. To Aset, this battle lives inside of me and you. To Aset, in each moment we must choose. To Aset. Yes, in the battle with Haru, you may remember this story from the Lion King. That's the Lion King got its story from the battle of Haru and Set from the Asarian resurrection. And in the battle with Haru and Set, Haru wasn't able to like kill Set or defeat him or confine him or capture him. The only reason the battle ended is because Set, the ego, sublimated. Set surrendered to the divine. And that's, what we have to do when we're fighting our ego, when our egoism is fighting our spiritual aspiration. We just have to choose the higher. We just have to choose our choice. We can choose the ego or we can choose higher. And a few days ago, maybe it was a week ago, I've just really gotten more closely connected to my spirit guide. And one day I wanted to get up early to work on my book. And, I had my spiritual activities. I was trying to get it all done. And this voice came up and said, "Oh, you don't have to get up. You can go. You can just sleep. You don't have to get up." And then I heard another voice said, "Don't listen to that voice. Get up." I was like, wow, that's the first time I really heard the difference between my ego self and my higher self. And I chose to get up. Okay. All right. So we're just going to close it out with another chant. This one is the first song I did for Set is actually recorded. You can find that online on Spotify and everything. And most of these songs are already released. Some of them will be released soon. Well, this year anyway. This next one, though, Pauti Netaru, is released. And I'm not going to do all the Netarus. I'm going to do the ones for the sacred hoop. I use this rhythm a lot. I got to learn some other rhythms. Duan poo, duan poo, duan poo, duan poo. Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset. Dua Asar, Dua Asar, Dua Asar, Dua Asar. Dua Djehuty, Dua Djehuty, Dua Djehuty, Dua Djehuty. Dua Sesheta, Dua Sesheta, Dua Sesheta, Dua Sesheta. Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset. Nipu Aset, Nipu Anpu, Nipu Anpu, Nipu Anpu, Nipu Anpu. Nipu Aset, Nipu Aset, Nipu Aset, Nipu Aset. Nipu Asar, Nipu Asar, Nipu Asar, Nipu Asar. Nipu Djehuty, Nipu Djehuty, Nipu Djehuty, Nipu Djehuty. Nipu Sesheta, Nipu Sesheta, Nipu Sesheta, Nipu Sesheta. Nipu Set, Nipu Set, Nipu Set, Nipu Set. Do a Pauti Netaru. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Some of you have stayed the whole time. Thank you for the love and the hearts. I know that's Mitra. And, I came on tonight, even though I'm having some throat issues, and I feel a lot better. I was so tired when I was starting. But I didn't listen to Set. I came on here anyway, even though it's not perfect tonight. I'm feeling perfect, and I'm going to go out and look at the stars. You guys, you got to go out there and look at the stars. They're beautiful. The moon is in the middle of the sacred hoop. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's inside of this beautiful hoop with Gemini, Djehuty, the basketball court, Aset, Isis, Yemaya, Imaya, Potolo, Sopdu, Sopdet. And there's just the eye of the great dog, Canis Major Anpu. And then Orion is Asar. The 3 stars in Orion's belt point to Aset, point to Sirius, the great turtle from the Mayan tradition. The 3 stones on the turtle's back were the first things they put in place to start to creation spinning. And then the Dogon say that Sirius is the first star. It's the oldest star. It's the heaviest star. Everything spiraled out from Sirius. Woo, getting all excited. And then, of course, we have the Milky Way. When we're looking towards this area of the sky, we're looking out away from the center towards the, the edge of the arm. And then when you see me doing the Hotep transits, that's when we're looking towards the center of the Milky Way with Scorpio and Sagittarius and Ophiuchus. As you can see, I'm just really getting into the stars and the galaxy. And please watch my video from, I don't remember what day it was. I think it was March 17th, the Imhotep transits, where I talked about 3 interesting topics of wellness, and somebody joined in. We had a great conversation, and towards the end, I mentioned the things I'm working on right now, and TikTok shut down my live stream. But they'll all be in the book. And dua for all of you for being here. Your presence is a gift to me. And again, I want to encourage you to watch the burrowtv.com. There's several really good videos and documentaries and movies on there. And the one that I watched recently, it has the video. Now this might get me shut down. I'll save it to the end to have real controversy. There was this, I think he's a young man, I don't know, Isaac Cappy, and he was one of the warriors that was willing to risk his life to reveal the corruption and evil, wickedness, forces that have the planet, like, and he has this beautiful song called The Present. And let's see if I can remember it. I said I was going to cover it reggae style. Okay. And by the way, he was unalived. Every day is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Every day is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Because unfortunately, Isaac Cappy is in the realm of the ancestors right now. So hopefully he's tuning in. He's going to give me some great ideas. Okay, do a Hotep. You can, if you tuned in towards the end, you can watch the replay. It'll be on the Tachia Ahmed Instagram channel and also on YouTube. These broadcasts, these offerings are coming from Asmataji Temple of Divine Light, Healing, and Sweet Sound, which is a 508-805C13 spiritual organization. It's not a 501c3. If you want more information on that, you can go to lightbeingwellness.com/Asmataji-temple. Or if you want to learn more about the the 508, go to lightbeingwellness.com/ mission page. I don't know. If you go to lightbeingwellness.com, go to services and scroll down, you'll find Asmataji Temple. So if you'd like to make a donation or contribution to Asmataji Temple or Light Being Wellness, you can do so at my Cash App, $Amet Elmaat. And that's good for now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of you. You heard of Isaac Cappy? Yeah. Well, when we're on the Light Being Wellness discussions, I'll probably talk. Oh, there's a lot of questions. Oh, thank you. I have tons of pictures in my profile. You're in Florida. Oh, okay. I always see the 3 stars with that Kapaya sign. Yeah, well, that is Orion. That's Orion. And that is Asar. Those 3 stars in Orion's belt pointing to the star Sirius. So when celestial objects are within the sacred hoop, I'm going to jump on here and offer music. I was having a hard time finding when to go online because it was just too many too much. So yes, it watches you. Yes. And at the last presentation I did, I realized that, they tell us that Asar is protecting Aset, but when you look at the actual scriptures, you'll see that it's Aset that is supporting Asar. So, and remember that Orion or Asar represents the universal soul, and Aset, Isis, Imaya, Yemaya, Potolo, Sigitolo, Subdu, Subdet, represents our divine intuition. She's the mother of wisdom. Oh, okay. It's definitely time to go. I'm going to go look at the stars. I wish we could go look together. Maybe someday we can have a sacred hoop festival. Dua Hotep, thank you for being here. Your presence is a gift to me.